As you see there, OKN Junior qualifying heat 2, that is coming up next. 9 laps, 12.5 kilometre race. Can he come away with another final win? He leads the championship convincingly in the junior category. Can he maintain that championship lead at the end of today? Engines fire up. Drivers make their way out onto the track. Let's take you through that full starting lineup. It's exactly the same as this morning from time qualifying. Anagnosianis and Axel Nocom on row number 1. Onion Singh and Leonidas Peruzzi go from row number 2. Daniel Kelleher and Matej Vitva on row 3. They'll have Connor Clancy and Denis Ismov on row 4. Oscar Gallin and Egon Prodotti go from row 5. They'll have Vanessa Shilkaneta and Vir Chopra on row 6. They'll be joined by Kasper Reipold and Ella Hakkinen, who are both hoping for a better result in this race. They start on row number 7. Nathan Kapin and Didier Krieft on row number 8. They'll have Emilia Vesemievska and Zachariah Dole on row 9. Toby Gale and Xavier Dukowski round out the top 20 on row 10. William Marshall and Maxim Bobajov on row 11. They'll have Mitans Jain and Victoria Farfus on row 12. Marcel Capella and Sujana Dandu on row 13. They'll have Sanjana Dandu and Angelina Simmons on row 14. Nicholas Standler and Corinne Kaur go from row 15 and rounding out the 30 racers in this one. Vera Jurland at the back of the grid, but unfortunately not out on track. There's a look at the qualifying heats, the intermediate classification at the moment. It is Anagnosianis leading that after his win this morning from Onion Singh. Connor Clancy finishing in third place from Kapin. Nocom from Vitva in that order. But there you can see those are the points that they've accumulated so far. They will change, of course, as this race finishes and as this race goes on at the moment. So, again, we'll keep a very close eye on that. But certainly for the juniors over this weekend, they've had to deal with some tricky conditions here. Very dusty and humid in the mornings. It heats up in the afternoon. We're peak day now, and it's 29 degrees. It's pushing 30, and we are expecting it to increase even more as the day goes on. It's very bright out there. There's not a single cloud in the sky. Makes it very difficult for these drivers to really focus on their racing. They're on board with Denis Ismov, showcasing what he can do in this race. We saw him earlier on, suffered a little bit. He had a nose cone penalty after he ran wide onto the dusty part of the track, and unfortunately he lost out a fair few positions in that one. OKN Junior qualifying heat 2 then makes its way to the tram lines. Are we racing first time? We are indeed. It's green flag. We race down in towards turn number 1, and it's a good start again from the entire field this time around. It's a good start for Reipold and the rest as well. They got caught out in that incident first time out. This time around, no such incident, and everyone makes it to turns 2 and 3 in the infield complex for the first time. Anagnosianis still leads the way then, but it's still kicking off there as down the inside Daniel Kelleher is trying to make the early moves as well straight away. There is drama though in the background, as unfortunately I believe that is Corinne Kaur out of this race. I didn't quite see the number there as it went through. It is Corinne Kaur out of the race, and that is very unfortunate. Who started a little further at the back of the field and unfortunately not going any further. Eyes on this one here though, and breaking away still. James Anagnosianis, I don't know where he finds his pace in these early stages, but he's able to just open up the gaps here. It was helped slightly from Daniel Kelleher getting up into second place. Leonidas Peruzzi this time around to his retirement in the first race this morning. He's had a much better start this time around. He's there in third place behind Kelleher, and he's going to try and push his way through here. And let's see what happens as the race goes on. Onion Singh had a good result earlier on. He's still there in P4 from Connor Clancy, who's just got past Axel Nocom. Nocom down to P6. That's where he finished the first race this morning. If he can match that, that's still a good result for him. He'll come away with a good position for that final later on today. But eyes are going to be on this one here. Peruzzi right on that rear bumper. Now Peruzzi, he needs a good result on this one. A P3 is a good result, but he wants a P2, maybe even a P1 here, because of course that retirement earlier on, that's going to really make him suffer when it comes to where he starts for that final later on today. So a good result here is going to be vital. We go on to lap number 3 of 9 now, as under pressure is Onion Singh. Connor Clancy has closed right in. In fact, Onion Singh already communicated with Connor Clancy saying, well, hold on, don't push too hard just yet. We're catching up to these guys in front. Let's see what we can do here. But Clancy, with the fastest lap of the race, is thinking, no, I want to push forward in this one. So at this moment in time, it's a strong run at the moment. Now, Anagnosiadis is still leading the way. I think there's a bit of a transponder glitch at the moment out there on the timing screen. It is Anagnosiadis leading the way in the time being. So he has 100 points to his name. He's looking for pole position right now for that final. Daniel Kelleher in his position is looking at a front row start. Ardian Singh still looking at a second row start here. He'll be in P3 if the results stayed like this. Connor Clancy would be 4th. Axel Nocom would be P5 on the grid for that final. So he's still in a good position here as these drivers continue to just experiment with their racing line in towards turn number 1. Peruzzi, who's currently running now in 2nd place. He's got past Kelleher. He's got himself up to 8th in the intermediate classification. So being in this position is still a good one right now. So he's still in a good, strong spot here. He just needs to try and make it to the end. And his final starting position won't be too bad in this one. Right, lead gap at this moment in time, as I think Anagnosiadis is now struggling with a transponder issue there. I can confirm he is still in the lead, so if you're an Anagnosiadis fan and you've just seen his name tumble down, he's still there on your screen. He leads this train of 6 karts. So the top 7 still very close at this moment as we go on board with Diniya Islamov, who's up 2 places right now. He's right behind Axel Nocom as he's trying to assess the situation here onto that back straight between turns 1 and 2. In towards it now, they come into the infield complex here. This is where it gets tight and twisty through turns 3, 4, 5, and then into the hairpin here of turn 6. Another straight as they head down into turn 7. We've seen the overtakes here previously. I don't think we're going to see any this time around. It's just too compact between these drivers, and all of them are focusing on trying to close up that 1.2 second lead between themselves and Anagnosiadis. Kelleher got close last time around, milliseconds between the two of them, fractions of a second. Here we go though, down the inside, nice little change there, and Ardian Singh getting past Daniel Kelleher at turn 13, pushing himself along here, and as you can see, support coming in from the sidelines constantly in this one. How close could you get there under braking? My goodness. And it looks like Peruzzi here might not have the quickest kart in the world right now. He is just backing the pack up here. And now Ardian Singh right on that rear bumper, trying to get past. But Peruzzi is making that number 11 kart as wide as it can possibly be right now on this track. And you can see Kelleher and everything. Clancy's still there. Nocom's closed in. Islamov's there. Capin's closed in as well. Vitva's there also. They've all closed right in. That train is getting ever larger right now. But this second place battle is certainly heating up, and it's just going to take one driver to go for the move, and there it is. Down the inside, Ardian Singh at turn 13, but he's run wide, and Kelleher tries to get involved in that one. He can't try and get the move down the inside, but Leonidas Peruzzi, he drops down now. He's gone down to P4 as they head it side by side into turn 1 for second place, and Kelleher retakes P2 as he tries to fight through. Now they're 3 wide in towards turn number 3. That never usually ends well, and it doesn't. Some drivers ending up on that exit curb, but they all keep it on the straight and narrow, and this is just gifting Anagnosiadis pole position and 25 championship points by him breaking away. Now the gap is 2.6 seconds from Daniel Kelleher and this second place battle here. So Singh's there in third place. Clancy's got himself up to P4. Peruzzi in P5. Islamov now in P6 from Capin in 7th. Vitva in 8th. Nocom's gone down to 9th place now as Oscar Gallin rounds out the top 10. Back on board with Diniya Islamov as they exit out of 13 through turn 14. You can see how close that exit wall is there to them. It's so tight on the exit of turn 14 as they crest the little kink there through in towards turn 1. Very strong performance from Islamov. He suffered a little bit in that first qualifying heat after getting squeezed out wide on the exit of turn number 8 on the previous race, but this time around he does not want a repeat of that one, staying in a strong performance here. He's got Peruzzi just in front of him right now as he tries to break away from the drivers behind, but still a very strong performance. Kasper Reipold now, fastest driver on circuit. He's currently sitting in 16th place right now, showcasing that the pace is quick all the way throughout the field. It's just a case of trying to get the race all together. So, once again, we've got a very similar situation for the front runners as we did last time. Anagnostiadis and Daniel Kelleher 1-2, except this time around as we go on to the final lap, Anagnostiadis has got a commanding lead, 2.2 seconds, and he is looking crystal clean for a beautiful start to his second day of racing. Pole position, and he's looking for 2 qualifying heat wins, and he is half a lap away from getting that, half a lap away of getting 25 championship points to his name to increase his championship lead. He started today on 5 points in this championship, 514 from Kasper Reipold's 439. Reipold, his championship rival in this race. We just spoke about him after setting the fastest lap of the race, but he's had a moment out there and he's just tumbled down to 22nd. He's not having the result he wants. But out of the final corner, this man is having the day he wants. James Anagnostiadis completes his qualifying heat phase with maximum points, 2 heat wins to his name. He will start on pole position for the final later on today. Daniel Kelleher will join him on that front row, 2 second places. Puts him on 88 points ahead of Anian Singh in the intermediate classifications. Anian Singh finishing in 3rd place as well, matching the results of what they had earlier on today. Connor Clancy finishes in P4 ahead of Leonidas Peruzzi. A much stronger result there for Peruzzi. He doesn't stand inside the top 8 at the moment, but he will start much higher up than I think he was thinking he would after that retirement earlier on. There is a look at your intermediate classifications. They will be the top 6 in the final later on. There's a look at your results then. Anagnostiadis from Kelleher, Singh from Clancy, Peruzzi from Vitva, Kapin from Nocom, Islamov from Gal in the top 10, Vanessa Shilkanet from Veer Chopra, Toby Gale from Maxim Bobrajov, Zachariah Dole rounding out the top 15. 16th place downwards sees Egon Prodotti from William Marshall, Ella Hakkinen from Angelina Simmons, who gained 9 places in that race to finish inside the top 20 ahead of Emilia Wiszomirska, who rounds out